Hello there, this is the Unknown Theorist, and today I'm gonna disprove God, only with pure logic. Which God? Well, the Christian/Jewish/Muslim God. Why? Well, you may understand my point after seeing this video. Have fun! At first, what is logic? Logic is a not arguable concept of how things make sense, like 2 plus 2 equals 4. Mathematics might be the most logical thing there is. And logic itself is not arguable. Why? Well, because we see through science that everything in this universe is somehow based on logic, on logical and understandable principles. So, why would God, if he created the universe, create a universe that is logical if he isn't? I will answer that question later on, but now let's start with the 3 big attributes of God. He's depicted as all-powerful, all-knowing, and all-good. Now let's get through them one by one, okay? Shall we? The first one and the second one make sense together, because you cannot be almighty if you're not all-knowing. Something you do not know or cannot imagine, you cannot do. Even if you have the power of popping things out of nothing into existence, you can't do it if you can't imagine something to create. So you can only create things that you can imagine. So for to be omnipotent, you have to be all-knowing. But that leads directly to the problem with the third one, all-good. You could theoretically ask God the question,
what's it like to want to snort a line of coke off a hooker's ass?
And according to the Bible, he has to know the answer to this, because he is all-knowing. The problem is, if he knows that, he knows how it feels to have bad desires. That means he has bad desires, which means he cannot be all good. If he doesn't know the answer, he can remain all good. But he cannot be all-knowing anymore, and for that, he cannot be omnipotent. If you now want to remain a person of faith, for you there's now 3 possibilities. The first, the Bible is wrong about God, and God isn't all good, which is pretty much what you expect if you read the Bible and believe it's true. You must say God is not all good, because he gets angry, he destroys things. Not all good, because all good also means merciful and forgiving. Jesus said that love of God and mercy is unlimited. And if that's true, he cannot be evil in any way, shape, or form. He cannot get angry or be hateful. Also, he can't be sad. That would mean he's actually all good. Now you could ask, why are these passages in the Bible then? Well, Jesus didn't write the Bible himself as far as we know. Someone else wrote it about 80 years later. So that means the people who wrote the Bible long time after Jesus' death thought that you need the background knowledge of Judaism to understand Jesus, which is actually not true. The only thing to understand the message of Jesus is the 10 Commandments. That is all that is needed to understand the message of Jesus. Everything else is optional or might even contradict the message of Jesus, because Jesus was not, as assumed, talking about the Jewish God. The second possibility is the Bible isn't all true. Some of the authors of the Bible must have been people who just wanted to take control over other people, so they made them afraid of their God. In that way, they could write anything they want about God destroying cities and killing people, so people would tremble in fear and obey to their leadership. The third possibility is a little more fantasy, you could say. The third possibility is that the Jews couldn't tell apart God and the devil, and that they have both existed from the beginning, means all the bad, or you could say all the evil stuff done in the Bible was actually done by the devil, and all the good stuff was done by God. And by good, I actually mean good, like healing and helping and being kind and merciful. All that other stuff, like plagues and floods, cannot be done by God. It either never happened at all, or it was done by the devil to punish humans. The devil is depicted as a force of evil and seduction. So this would mean that the Jews could simply not tell apart devil and God, and so mixed both up into one deity. And that Jesus was coming to set things right and say, no, look, the one is God and the other one is the devil, but his message didn't came through right. And the people who later wrote down his messages didn't really get that part. Now you can choose yourself what to believe. Is the Bible story a lie? Is some of it a lie? Is some of it just false because of the lack of understanding? Or, as the atheist would say, is it all just a fairy tale? It is up to you to decide.